All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High and His only begotten Son. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, root and teach well. While Barakathum, unto the hopeful elect. All right, now, also double honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, now today through the Spirit, I want to go into a quick video, land backing on the elder apostle Gabar's point here, which he basically was going to how rebuke is love. You see, like when you see men doing videos correcting you, is ultimately out of love. You see, because it's telling you you're going the wrong direction. And according to what he said, it was actually biblical, which I'm gonna prove that. I'm gonna land back.
Them. We're reproving and rebuking them because they keep going off. That's actually a sign of love. We're actually showing them love. But see, you guys, you have little understanding in this ministry. Guys like General of Judah. In them.
God, and basically what the elder was saying is that rebuke is love, and it is, because it shows that you're trying to lead somebody the correct direction. Now, the delivery of how it comes can come off as hate, but that's why we understand that the scriptures speak on that. It speaks on basically taking accountability when you go off, acknowledging your offense, and looking past your emotions or how you feel. You got to be spiritual. You see, because the spirit will have you get certain things revealed to you in a manner that if you're not being spiritual, you won't receive. You see? And that might mean you getting cursed out. You're getting a harsh rebuke. Or that might mean, somebody who, it might be a person that's outside of the truth, but, Lord will correct you through somebody else. And they might say something that's actually true or right that you need to work on. And if somebody is actually, that reason why it's love is because it shows that person cares about the direction you're going. And they're trying to prevent you from going the wrong direction. But I want to get some precepts to prove it. This is Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. It reads, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart." You see? So not abhor your brother. And a brother is the fellow believer, the fellow man of the Lord. Or a fellow believer in the Lord. It says, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin to be upon him," right? So if your fellow Israelite is going off, you're supposed to tell them that they're going off to prevent them from getting judged or prevent the Lord from jacking them up. You see? So ultimately, rebuke is a sign of love. Now, the delivery of that message, it can come any kind of way. You have certain men that, matter of fact, it's a precept that proves that. Because you have certain men that are more forward and certain men that are more, meek. But at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all through the Spirit to prevent you from getting judged by the Lord. By you teaching the wrong doctrine, or by you, not acting according to the Spirit. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Yep, it's in this chapter. Let me see. Here we go. Here it is. This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 18. Matter of fact, I'll get verse 17. It says, "Honor all men. Love the brotherhood. Fear Yahweh Bashem Shai. Honor the king." You see, our king is Yahweh Bashem Shai. Our true king. Right? And it says, love the brotherhood. You're supposed to love the body. Part of you loving the body is you reproving and rebuking. But it's the point right here, verse 18. It says, "Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear." Now, the Lord has set men up to be over us, to be, ultimately to rule over us. Men that are more seasoned in this thing, who put in the time, who've proved themselves. And as me being a young man, you can't buck up to somebody that's already earned their stripes in this thing. They've already been through all the trials. They've already been through scenarios where they got to apply these scriptures or forsake things for the sake of the ministry. Being locked up in jail, losing families. They've already been through all that stuff. You see, they've already went through that trial. It speaks on the trial of your faith. You see, their faith has been tried out, and being refined greatly. You see, so there's a reverence you have to have towards our elders and the men that's above you. Because without them, we wouldn't even be able to be here. our elders, apostles, and the elders above them, one west. If it wasn't for our elder high priest and all the men that they've labored, then we wouldn't be able to be here. So it's a respect and order that has to be shown. Right? It's 1 Peter 2:18 again. It says, servants, be subject to your own masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward. Right? So you're going to have heads over you that may be more relaxed and chill with the way they rebuke or correct you, but you're going to have men that are also more forward, straightforward. That tell it to you raw. You see, and then as a man of the Lord, you got to apply the spirit and understand that the Lord speaks through his men. And ultimately, sometimes a harsh rebuke is the Lord making that happen versus him killing you or judging you. That's a statement that Elder Dimash made, Elder Dimashapai. That sometimes the Lord will the Spirit was on him to say it. Sometimes the Lord will have you get rebuked harshly as your judgment versus the Lord actually just killing you or jacking you up. So you got to be spiritual and accept it and keep it moving. Change whatever you need to change you're in. And then if somebody else is wrong, the Spirit will work everything else out. But whatever, you need to be accountable for what you did. And what we do daily anyway, man. You see? But ultimately, the point of this video is it's an act of love. Right? Now I want to get this. This is Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. Warn them. Let them know to turn before I judge them. The Lord ordered us to do that. Verse 18, it says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. See, that's love. But ultimately understanding that there's a potential chance that you could repent. So that's why the men of the Lord rebuke. The men of GMS only camp that gets on other camps, because there's still a chance of you to turn back. The grace period is still here because the word is still going out. So there's still a chance for a lot of these men to turn away from their wickedness, the things they're doing, their doctrines they're teaching, the way they're conducting themselves. So there's still a chance. That's why we get onto these other camps, in hopes that they will turn away from it, and also to take the blood off of our hands, which is an act of love. It says the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So if we don't warn, then guess what? The Lord's going to require the blood of all these people doing this wickedness on us. It says, verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Right? You've delivered yourself. And also, if a man does turn at that reproof that you're doing, then you've delivered him as well. So that's an act of love, man. You see? But if somebody that's carnal, that's not spiritual, they won't understand that. They will also understand that the Lord speaks through his men. So the Lord can put on a man's spirit to be more forward with you, because the Lord is actually angry or pissed off with whatever you're doing, and he wants you to stop. You see? So you got to be spiritual. Understand the Lord put the spirit through his men. The Lord's men, his prophets, are his mouthpiece. This Isaiah 58 verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. You see, it don't matter. Ain't no respecter of persons. If you're going off, then you're going off. You have to be corrected or admonished. It says, lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. You see? So we're supposed to bring that to the light. And tell you need to cut that out. You see? Whether you get it or not, or you don't get it. You see? Whether you get it or don't get it, we still got to do it. That's our duty as a man of the Lord, as a watchman. A watchman is supposed to blow the trumpet if there is ever any danger that happens, or if there's a king that's about to be set up, which Yahushua is about to get set up. World War III is going to happen. We're supposed to blow that trumpet and get that warning, and let our people know to come in the right direction before you get caught up in those things. You see, in a lot of these camps, they're going to get caught up in those things because a lot of them, they're not in the right spirit. And that's why the spirit is on a lot of our elders and apostles to rebuke them. Because the grace period is still a chance for them to repent and to turn away from that way that they're going. This is John 15, and I want to get this right here, verse 12 and 13. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. And that's talking about Yahushua was serving them. And we're really subjected to serving the body. We're supposed to warn the body, and, we're supposed to live our lives to minister unto the body. The minister, who are we serving? We're serving Yahweh Bashian Washai. But serving Yahweh Bashian Washai requires us to, to do his will towards the body. So teaching, reproving and rebuking, judging amongst the brethren. This is all things that you have to do in the ministry, the service, the servitude. We got to walk our lives and rehearse that sacrifice. The way we live our lives, that's that sacrifice. Present your body as a living sacrifice. How you live your life, that's your sacrifice. You see? Verse 13, it says, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And we know the dangers of teaching his word, and ultimately really going into the highways and byways. That's laying down your life for the sake of the body, which is an act of love. And when we go out there, what do? We tell the prophecies, and also we reprove and rebuke. You see? And let our people know that they better repent from all the wickedness they're doing, or they're going to get caught up in the judgment that's going to happen to America, Babylon the Great. So that's laying down your life. Even teaching the videos that we do right now. They've labeled us as T's. Terrorist. You see? Those, man. That's what we're labeled as, man, for teaching his word. So we're laying down our lives for the sake of the body. So that is an act of love, as the elder apostle Gabar was saying. This is the last one to get here. This is Titus 1 in verse, I'm going to get verse 10 through 13. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, those who knew they was Israelites, who was keeping the laws. They was doing a lot of wickedness. Verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they are not, for filthy lucre's sake, for money. Teaching, now you see that happening now, teaching the hell doctrine, not pushing the name, saying the names don't matter, saying you don't got to worship Yahweh Shai, saying anybody can make it, so on and so forth. You see, verse 12, it says, one of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said the Cretans are always liars, evil beasts, and slow bellies. You see, and this is Paul was writing these letters to show how to deal with these churches, all the issues that are happening. And we're seeing the same issues now, because no new thing is under the sun. You see? But what did Paul say, though? It says, this witness is true. Wherefore, rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in faith. You see? That's the point of rebuking harshly. So that way you'll be on the right track, which is an act of love, man. You see, it's not an act of hate. Because if you didn't give a shit about somebody, you hated them, then you would just let them get jacked up by the Lord. But ultimately, that blood will be upon your own head. But you'll just let them just keep doing whatever so they can die later, instead of giving them that warning as the Lord ordered you to. But that's an act of love, man. But anyways, that's the point of the video. As the elder apostle Gabar said, hey, that really rebuking and reproving is an act of love. You see? Because there's an opportunity that you can turn at that reprove or rebuke, and then you'll be delivered. Well, you have a chance at being delivered, because we don't know if we made it until Yahushua returns. But you'll have a chance of getting delivered because you've turned away. You've acknowledged your offense, and you turned away from whatever you were doing that you got reproved or rebuked on. You see, because really when you deflect and you don't want to receive the rebuke, you're making an excuse to keep sinning or doing whatever iniquity it is versus to just fix it. You see? But anyways, I brought this out. This was edifying. I like to end it all by saying, call hello, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakak Radash, double honors to the apostles, others, great millstone, room chiefs well, while double honors to Yahweh Bashian Yahweh Shai. All right, while Kwam Nasrallah, Shalom.